All right, so it's getting to be late September in mid-Michigan. Started this project last fall. Started taking out all these shrubs. I mean, there were just, this whole section was just covered with shrubs, covering the entire perimeter. Around the other side of the house, the front, that we did that when we first moved in, you know, 2 years ago. And then back here, there's one left over there. So I don't mind that one as much. It kind of adds a little bit of privacy, but they create all kinds of bugs and all kinds of issues, and it's just, they're overgrown, they're hard to maintain, and they look like crap. So wanted to show you what I've been working on. You know, I started yesterday really cutting these down to basically just the stump here. So I still have to cut back on this, but I'm going to show you what I'm using here in a second, and or how I'm doing this. But initially I started using my Diablo 6-inch pruning blade. Got this from Home Depot, and then I upgraded yesterday. I got a 12-inch blade because I needed something that's going to be a lot bigger to manage to cut all the way around to here. So what I want to do is just cut these flat at soil level the best I can, and then, you know, drill some holes, put some stump grinder in there, or some stump killer, I should say. There's some products for that, or just drill some holes, put some more glyphosate in. So that'll help rotten it out over time. But there's so many of them. It's just a very big project. It's quite extensive. So wanted to show you, you know, kind of where I'm at right now as far as the progress of it. So yesterday I got this one cut flat, and then got this one. So that's 2, that's 3, and then 4, and then 5. So I got those 5 done, and then it's kind of what they look like. Look how big these stumps are. I mean, they're just massive. I mean, this is probably at least 8 inches across, you know, from here all the way. Well, yeah, this one's probably about 6-7 inches, maybe. Yeah, 7-8 inches, I would say. This is probably the biggest one I cut back, and then there was another one. This was pretty small. This one wasn't too bad, but you can kind of see some of them are getting kind of close to the foundation. So I just wanted to get those out of there and clean this up the best I can. It's a long project, but eventually take all these rocks out. Maybe just post them on Marketplace for free, have someone come grab them. So get some river rocks in here, keep it clean, keep it simple, nothing too extensive. However, when I started using my 6-inch pruning blade, I used that to cut down all the you know, all the roots the best as possible, just to get it down to the stump. So that's where I needed to really upgrade and get the 12-inch blade. So wanted to show you kind of what, you know, how it works so far. So we're with all these rocks in here, all these garden rocks, I had to really clear out all these rocks because and make a whole bunch of room, because look at this. When you got the 12-inch blade on here and the tool, I mean, this thing is like 2 feet long, so you need to have clearance to be able to try to cut it across as smoothly as possible, right? So I mean, half the battle is just getting these rocks out of here. So you got to keep moving all this around, and of course there's this thick tarp here. Not really tarp, but you know, this rubberized material to prevent the weeds from coming through, which apparently didn't do that great of a job. But anyways, that's besides the point. So this stump is huge. I mean, there's my hand, but compared to that, just so you can kind of see for scale. So how are you supposed to cut this back and just try to cut as flat as possible? So with these, it's kind of hard to get right here, go all the way across, especially with the battery, because yeah, it's a 5-amp battery, but you know, after cutting halfway through, the battery dies and you got to charge it and let it charge for quite a while. So they've been trying something different, and of course this mat comes in handy too, right, for your knees. So started yesterday, I started cutting this back in sections. So I would cut this down to here, just cut it this way, you know, horizontally, and then, you know, cut it the other direction here as well. So just to kind of get sections off, because it's extremely difficult to try to cut this all the way on both sides, just because of how wide it is, right? So what I've been doing is just I cut off a couple sections at a time, and I'll show you a little bit. you can see, the 12-inch blade comes in super handy because you can really cut this huge section. I'm just gonna cut it down here, cut it across, and just kind of cut this down in chunks because it's such a big piece. If you try cutting the whole thing in one, it's just gonna take forever and you're gonna get frustrated because, you know, you have to keep charging this thing. So it takes a while, especially if you have so many of these. I did 5 yesterday, had to keep charging the battery. So, but that's pretty much it. And that's my project that I got working on. My goal is to get these up by, I don't know, the rest of these maybe in the next week or two. I was gonna do some more today, but I figured I needed to cut the grass. So that's pretty much my project. So stay tuned for more, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.